Well, Graham, we're going to talk about the Wadham Stringer Trophy, which Essex won in 1982. And I don't know whether anybody can prove differently, but I think we're still the present holders of the trophy. So that's some claim to fame, isn't it? What do you remember about that?
I don't remember a lot, to be honest. I remember it was early season, and I don't think Keith Fletcher made the trip to Brighton. I always enjoyed going to Brighton or to Hove to play Sussex. I liked playing by the sea. But we went early on in the season, and I think I'm not sure how seriously we looked upon it as a sort of warm-up at the times. But we had a reasonable side. I'm looking at the list of players: Turner, Hardy, McEwen, obviously, Lever, Lilly, David East, and our assumed manager was the great, famous Raymond East, who... letting him be manager of a cricket team was a bit like letting Billy Bunter loose in the tuck shop, I think, to be honest.
Team talk the night before should have been interesting.
Well, I think I just read the quote that he gave us a stiff team tactical talk at 3 o'clock in the morning, which sounds about right. So I think most of the teams looked at it a little bit as a sort of pre-season sort of jolly up. More of a post-season sort of event, if you see what I mean. Yeah. A bit of fun, and they never played indoor cricket before. They didn't really know the rules until we got down there. And one thing I do remember, we were allocated practice times before the event, and we all had to go and practice in our little, slot that we were given. And we felt we were absolutely hopeless at this indoor cricket. And as I say, I don't think we held up too much hope of progressing in the tournament. But when we came to the matches, we started to click a bit. And as you say, I think Brian Hardy was a bit of a star. And as the matches went on, we picked it up and finding ourselves on the winning side.
Yeah, we're just harking back to the practice. It may have been that perhaps we weren't fully awake at that time. The whole competition started at 10 o'clock at the Brighton Indoor Centre, and the Essex practice slot was 7:20 in the morning. So, from what you were saying about the pre-match talk from Ray East, we probably went straight from the pub to there, did we?
Well, most of our players wouldn't have come home by 7:20 in the morning. They thought it was a bit of a jolly up. So I think. I don't think we were going to make 7:20 in the morning. They obviously didn't know the Essex team of the early 80s.
No, but
because we had a great side, as you know, a lot of success, but they did like to enjoy themselves a little bit socially as well.
Yeah. It was an officially recognised tournament from the TCCB. I think they'd tried a pilot competition the previous year, gave this one the go-ahead. 8 counties took part, 2 zones. We were in one zone. Got through the top 2, I think, in each zone went through. We got through the semi-final and the final when we beat Kent. But going back to what you were saying about the Essex attitude, presumably once we were playing a game, any format, the Essex competitive spirit of wanting to win kicked in, did it?
Yeah, I don't think we would have had our normal, preparation, and our manager Ray East would have. Don't think he would have majored on tactics in the one day in this one day sort of format, this indoor format, where if you hit the ball along the ground behind the bowler, you got a 6, and if you hit it in the air, you got a 4, and then you had to run one, I think, was a 3. So the format was a bit alien to us, that's for sure. But look, we like to think during that era we were a fun team. We played with a smile on our face. We enjoyed ourselves, but we also tried to play to win. Keith Fletcher always instilled that in us. And as I say, I think after the first match, I can't remember the first match, I have to say, but we picked the game up and found out that, maybe we weren't so bad at this game after all.
No, well, the first one happened to be Glamorgan, and we beat them by 1 wicket. And the star of the whole tournament, Brian Hardy, was 39 not out. And Glamorgan 86 for 4 and Essex 87 for 5.
Well, I don't know whether Brian Hardy had previous expertise from indoor cricket, because when you play up in Stenhurst Muir, I should imagine it rains quite a lot, so you have to do a lot of practice indoors. But I've never asked him the question, but I think he was easily our most consistent player.
He could probably have got a cap playing indoor cricket, I think, because if you look at his record, he got 39 not out. He hit 25 in the next game when we played Sussex, and you were 36 not out. We beat them by a comfortable 4-wicket margin. He didn't play in the next game. He was obviously exhausted. Came back for the semi-final, got 34 not out, which he featured in an opening stand with you. You got 23. We beat Middlesex by 5 wickets in that. And then into the final, and a certain Brian Hardy, 47 in that. We beat Kent by 26 runs. We were 96 all out, and Kent 70 all out. Won't dwell on your innings in that final, but we'll talk about Brian Hardy if you prefer. Absolutely.
Well, I must admit, I don't remember we had the luxury of being able to rotate players in 1982. After probably the previous night's exploits, he was probably the fittest one, you know. So, look, you know, Brian, I played with him pretty much all of his career. He's a sort of cult hero with Essex. You know, he came down from Scotland in 1973, opened the batting for Essex, batted number 5 some of the times when I moved up to open, and was a great team man, played for nearly 20 years, stood at bat pad for 20 years, you know. He's one of the legends of Essex, in my opinion, throughout his old period of that successful period of 6 county championships and whatever. So, you know, he adapted to the indoor arena very well.
So the preparations for the tournament were probably discussed over a jar or 20, but the celebrations of the tournament and the victory equally held in that high esteem of another 20 jars going down.
Well, it's more surprise than anything else. Because as I say, I think we turned up thinking we've got no idea how to play this game. You know, are we going to we're not going to go to the practice times that they've given us, so we're just going to go on spec when we get there and see what happens. But obviously, supreme confidence in the skills of our players. You know, looking down there, Turner, Lever, McEwen as a batsman, Alan Lilly, obviously in those days, a brilliant young prospect. David East just probably come into the Essex side around about then. I mean, it was great fun. I remember it being great fun. Obviously, going to Brighton, staying in the Grand Hotel, you know, and mixing with all the other teams. You know, it was great fun.
Yeah. And we mentioned about Brian getting the batting award. Stewie Turner got the fielding award, which in indoor cricket, I guess is something of a lottery though, but you can be caught off of boundary boards, can't you? And there's run outs and things like that. But Stewie I think he got 3 catches, or he had a hand in 3 of the 5 dismissals in the final. So he didn't do too badly.
Well, if you know Stuart like I do, you know, in his career, he only played the game one way, full on. You know, it doesn't matter whether it was a benefit match at Brookfield where he used to open and get 200 not out in a benefit match, or whether he's playing, you know, one day game for Essex or a county match. You know, he played it full on competitive, and I'm sure the indoor cricket was exactly the same. He wanted to win. We all wanted to win, but I don't think at the beginning we thought we had any chance. But probably our fortunes picked up, and he would have been instilling a bit of competitive spirit in us. That's for sure.
Yeah. I'm just curious, did you get a medal for that, for the winners? I know the trophy was a quite magnificent silver bat in a case. I just wonder whether any of the players got a medal and where that sits amongst your memorabilia.
To be honest, Paul, I don't know where it sits. Actually.
it's probably a unique medal.
Whether I've got a medal, if I do, where it is, that's for sure.
Well, perhaps when if they revisit the competition, we might be moved towards
another. We can come back and defend the trophy if they resurrect it.
I'll make sure it's not a competition I miss next time, and I'll come and join you on Ray East's pre-match tour of Brighton anyway.
I have to admit, I tried to ring Raymond this afternoon, to discuss with him the finer merits of the tournament, seeing as he was our sort of non-playing manager. He didn't get a game. I'm not sure he got a game, actually. But he was not in, unfortunately. Otherwise, I probably could have had some other little gems for you.
You're probably out still visiting old haunts, Graham.
Well, I don't know about that, but it was great fun and great. You know, it's always great to be playing cricket for Essex.
Yeah. Graham, thanks for your time. Thanks for sharing those memories with us. Great to talk to you as ever. Thanks very much indeed, and take care.
And you keep well and stay safe.
Cheers. Thank you.